What is going on today, guys, and welcome back to DC Unplugged. So today we're going to go for a bit of a test ride and test out these hydraulic brakes we had fitted in our last episode. So let's roll that intro, let's get to it.
Perfect.
Alright, so let's get it. So straight away, guys, I obviously rode here to start filming. There's actually quite a noticeable difference now with the new stem of the GTR being really tight and all the rest of the scooter being like really smooth and just feels really together compared to the previous model. This hydraulic brake kit actually really shines on this scooter because it just makes for a world of difference. Like one finger pull on these triggers and I can come to a complete stop as fast as I want. So just having that, as I said before, modulation is just awesome, as I can feel that and then I can just really anchor down, so it's good. Of course you get that awesome stuff from GTR. Whee! But yeah, so in all honesty, guys, obviously it's completely up to you whether you want to go the hydraulic brakes. I'm not going to force anyone or say it's the best thing in the world, but it's definitely a 100% an upgrade. Obviously the standard brakes will do you fine, but if you're just after something that just feels a lot more together, it's definitely worth the upgrade. You don't have that cable, friction from the cables, the cable creating friction going through the tubing that surrounds it, and then of course you've got the spring at the end that's trying to pull back from or pushing back to try and stop you from actually pulling down on that lever. So this is just really smooth and it works so well, and it just feels really at home on this new 2022 GTR. It honestly does. And obviously from those rolling clips you would have just seen them, you can see the brakes working. That's just that beautiful front suspension working. It honestly is just absolutely brilliant. It feels awesome. This whole scooter just feels like a whole new scooter because, as you guys know, I used to have the old previous generation and this just feels amazing. It feels beautiful. Even on this like weird back road kind of footpath we're on here, it just feels amazing. So yeah, guys, it feels really good on this scooter. Like, I would recommend it. I'll get across this road here and I'm gonna sit up somewhere and I'll speak to you then. So I've just pulled over, guys, just for the people that don't actually know, and thought I'd go into more detail for you. I've actually got the original cable driven caliper just here to give you a demonstration of the difference between and how they work differently and why you'd want to actually option for these brakes. So obviously these aren't going to be, they're just disc brakes. I'm happy with that. That's perfectly well and all, but if you're really pushing the scooter quite hard, you'll find that you're always going to be adjusting these brakes quite continuously. So the reason why I always have been driven to hydraulic is they are a lot like a car and they press from both sides of the caliper and the disc stays in the middle, so it sandwiches it. Now these here, I'll just come over and show you guys. So if you have a good look here, I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but this is the caliper, this is where that spring actually holds on to. But if I actually pull this, and you see that little bottom part there, that's going up, so it only pulls from one side. Now what ends up happening is that little bit there ends up wearing out before the other side. So you essentially have to push this in to then be able to adjust that, and it's quite annoying. So, and on hydraulic brakes like these ones here, and I'll put up a photo of them working or a video of them working as I'm speaking, but as they work, you can see here they actually clamp from both sides, and you can see that that little metal spring actually working its way in, and basically it allows for even brake pad wear. And if I was to actually show you, if you actually have a really good close look at it, while we have a nice bit of light. So for the people that like having better maintenance and stuff like that, the way you change these pads, you don't have to take this caliper off at all. You just undo that little pin there, so apply those back straight, that little pin, so it goes right the way through, and you just literally slide this out. These pads literally slide out this way, and then you just replace them, put them in, put the new ones in with the spring in the middle there, that little metal spring, and then you just slide that back in, bend that out so this isn't able to go, and away you go. So you don't even have to touch these and pull these off. So that there in itself is a plus. These brake pads are very easy to come by and can be swapped out for even better ones. So you have a range of adjustability on what you prefer the brakes to feel like, as well as you say you want less aggressive brake pad compound on the rear, and I really like a good compound on the front where it just pulls you out real fast. You can do that for your setup. So whether it's this old cable brake here, you don't actually have that adjustability to swap out pads and get certain compounds and stuff like that to make your scooter feel exactly how you'd prefer it to feel. So and you wouldn't go, swapping out these hydraulic brakes just for the fact of just them being more powerful. It's just the modulation and the feel and the feedback you get from the hydraulic system itself. You don't get any of that grittiness that you usually feel in the cable brakes, where they're actually jittering against this spring here that wants to spring back. So you're not fighting against that spring, because there's internal springs inside the pistons inside of there, but this one does not. You're fighting against the spring as well as the cables that it runs through that creates friction. So you're fighting against a lot of things just to make a simple thing like stopping a bit more of a task, and it's a lot more easier on people that have arthritis. So for people that have arthritis, I definitely recommend hydraulic brakes, because it just makes your joints in that load of trying to pull up a lot easier. So there's a lot of benefits to hydraulic brakes. Obviously they're not everyone's cup of tea, or they think it's just too much for not really that big of a deal, but when you really break it down, and depending on the rider and your circumstances of riding, they're definitely worth the upgrade, especially if you do love your GTR. Also, again guys, it's pretty cool the fact that I actually did this video a long time ago, about 6 months I think it was. I actually made this as a kind of DIY thing to do on my one of my videos quite a long time ago, and now it's come to that the Dragon brand itself has actually recognized this, and it's now an option for you guys to actually have it done to your own scooter. So to be able to bring that to you guys and say that it's now a Bike Scooter City option for you guys to put onto your scooter, it's a bit humbling, because obviously I did that a while ago and then put it on there and put it up on the YouTube, and now they're doing it for you guys. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so definitely leave us a like, guys. Definitely leave us a like and a subscribe, because it just helps me bring some more stuff to you guys. So I hope this gets you pretty excited for the future. Oh, and just before I go, if you are going to do the DIY video that I did before this, opening the deck will void your warranty. So just keep that in mind for the budget-friendly people. But if you're good at what you're doing, and I dare say you won't have any issues if you do it yourself, but just for you guys, if you do the DIY video on this GTR, opening that deck does void your warranty. So the only reason why I did it is I got the okay. So they're going to go over my work and stuff like that, and I dare say they'll be fine with it. So but yeah, it will void your warranty if you DIY the brake kit yourself. I dare say if you ask for them to be done in-house, it won't void your warranty at all. This scooter, guys, will actually be at Summoner Park store, so in Queensland. So if you want to have a test ride of this and just to see how the Zoom hydraulic brakes feel like on the GTR, you actually will be able to, hopefully sometime this week, once I'm able to drop the scooter off. So as soon as this video is out, it should be at Bike Scooter City for you guys to then test ride and see how it feels, and the difference between a normal GTR with this cable brakes and obviously this GTR with the hydraulic brakes. Stay in tune, guys. There's quite a few safety stuff, security stuff, all sorts of stuff on this YouTube channel. So please leave a like and comment and subscribe, guys. And tell me what you think of the chest plate mount. I'm really keen to see what you guys think of that. So let us know how that went out and if you think that was all right. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Ride safe out there. Cheers.